On today's fan favourite, I'm going to be breaking down NSV by Shmurda and Tiwa Savage, where, as usual, I'm going to be talking you through the various things that I'm picking up on as we go through it. In terms of overall theme of the song, whilst it does seem to capture a sense of celebration, with NSV being an acronym for non-stop vibes, it seems, at least to me, to also incorporate elements of unity, resilience, and a sense of pride and festivity in African culture and life. Finally, before we do go ahead and get into the video, if you have an artist or a track that you would like me to review, break down, whatever it is that you want to call it, then go ahead, pop that into the comments below. Also, if you are interested in my setup, i.e. headphones, mic, camera, I've put links in the description to those. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, then you can. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Okay, right, so before we get into the meat of the track, as usual, let's go ahead and unpack what we've heard so far, because there's a couple of things in here that are really interesting to me. So let's kick off with the song structure first. So we have an intro, but we also have a refrain. And the reason why this stands out to me so much is because actually, I haven't heard it in a song for quite a while. Now, for those of you that don't know what a refrain is, it's essentially a set of lines that are just repeated. It's usually or typically the most catchiest part of a track, and it's the part that sticks in the listener's mind the most. Moving on to the instrumental, we're going to kick off with the intro. So we get opened up. We've got these big, fat, wide, stacked, layered vocals. Multiple ranges within those layers as well. We've got a lower range, we've got a mid-range, and we've got a higher range that kind of peaks over the top. We get these soft, subtle keys come in, but we only get a glimpse of those keys. And what seems to happen is they just seem to get cut. But when that cut in the keys happens, this is when we get the introduction of a shaker. Now, I'm going to call it a shaker for ease of reference. I don't think it is. In fact, I'm pretty sure it isn't. But just for ease of reference, I'll call it a shaker. So we get that shaker that comes in. And what happens is we then get into the refrain. And that's when we get no, 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 no. We also get some key percussive elements, and we get the bass as well. I'm going to take it back so that we can listen to that. Big vocals. Keys are in there. Up, shaker. Refrain. Key percussive elements. Bass is in there as well. Big vocals, man. Also, pay attention, we've got some ad-libs and we've got some repeated phrases coming in from Shmurda here, right? Just listen. There's one. Again. Repeated phrases there. Okay, listen to what's happening here. We've got this dirty, filthy synth coming in now. Bangs, bro, listen. Right, coming in. There. Okay, pay attention to what happens there. We get a transition, we get dun, dun, dun. The kind of core elements are cut, and then we get the introduction of Shmurda's verse, right? Listen, just take that back. now. Boom. Harmonies. Yeah, that is banging attention to detail, right? So pay attention to this, right? So we actually get, it sounds like a key. I can't quite make out what the sound is, but it follows the rhythmic pattern of some of the back end phrases, right? It's a really, really nice touch. Listen. Harmonies. Listen. There. Okay, just listen to the impact that that synth is having combined with those big, wide, fat, stacked, layered vocals, man. It honestly, bro, like it absolutely bangs. Listen to the instrumental, like it's actually, there's not a lot going on at this point. I mean, those key elements are that synth and those big fat vocals, but they have such a big impact, right? Just listen. Listen to that, mate. Multiple ranges happening as well. Yeah, that's a banging transition. And listen, for sort of like up and coming producers, amateur producers or whatever, right, if you kind of struggle how to kind of take a track out of sort of like one section into another section, a very, very, very simple transition is just to cut the beat, right? Like you don't have to use big rises and big hits to kind of transition in. You can do that, but a very simple cut, as exampled here, will do the job just nicely. Listen.
Every time when we enter the show, everybody go to try to go. Every time when we enter the show, see the people that they feel our flow. You know, so no stop vibe, no stop balance, everything lit.
Add this again.
No stop jamming, no stop jamming. Every time when we enter the show,
Simp, bro, listen to it.
every time when we enter the show, see the people that they feel our flow. You know, so no stop vibe, no stop balance, everything lit. No stop vibe, no stop jamming, no stop jamming. Jalo, but Emi Kole Jalo. I give him vibe, I want it.
Again, right, pay attention to what happens here. Talking about the transition, how a simple cut will do. But what they introduce kind of two transitions, really, right? So we get a dun, 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 the same transition as what we happened before. But then when Tiwa Savage comes in, right, we get a cut. And that cut, it does a really, really good job of, well, two things really. So it emphasizes those opening phrases, but it also does a really good job of actually introducing a new artist into the mix, especially on kind of like a solo tip. So kind of cut that, emphasis on the phrases, but also letting you know, boom, there's a new voice within the mix. I take it back, just listen to that.
See the people that they feel our flow. No stop vibe, no stop balance, everything lit. No stop vibe, no stop jamming, no stop jamming. Jalo, but Emi Kole Jalo.
Listen.
I give him vibe, I want Emi Kole Salo. Palo, owo shaka in my palo. Ohun ni fe man no say. Bella Shmurda gbe mi debe, Bella Shmurda gbe mi debe. Ohun gbe mi debe, okoli gan gara sibe.
What, bro? Okay, right, listen to those vocals, man, the way that they follow up from Bella Shmurda. Again, bro, big, fat, layered. You've got the flow from Tiwa Savage here, right, which has stepped up a little bit from when we had the cut because the synth has come in. And that, bro, it bangs, mate. Listen.
Emi Kole Jalo. I give him vibe, I want to make a salo. Palo, oh, shaka in my palo. Oh, when if a man no.
Listen.
Bella Shmurda, baby me de be. Bella Shmurda, baby me de be. Oh, baby me de be.
There, mate.
Only gon' garasibe. Oh, yeah, oh, fuck a sibe. Oh, fuck a sibe. My day Fuji, one Ghana. My flag no day for China. Where you wind up? Study how far. I've been China. My day Fuji, one Ghana. My flag no day for China. Where you wind up?
Okay, right, really clever what they've done here. So, okay, so we're at the end of the track, and normally what would happen, sort of like in terms of song structure, right, is you'd either get sort of like an outro, or maybe they'd end on like a chorus, right? But what's clever here is that they've actually ended on the refrain. So this is the thing that we were talking about earlier. Now, another thing that I really like here is they've added in an additional instrument. We've got like these jazzy pianos in there, man. And it's an absolute touch, right? Just listen. Refrain, right? Listen to those keys, man. Listen to those. Okay, that's it for me. If you want to see more reaction and analysis videos, everything's popping up on the screen right now. Other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one.